Good afternoon. We are not any of those three people you just saw. Mike Gould and Ryan Pike with you on this Tuesday, May the 5th. It is Cinco de Mayo, and the Calgary Flames hoping that they will not come away with the 5th overall pick. May they not get the 5th. May they not get the 4th. May they get the 1st or perhaps the 2nd picks in the 2026 NHL Draft. It is lottery day. And we're here to live react to everything going on. We'll be bringing on some of the people who you saw in the opening montage there in mere moments. Not just yet, though. And until then, we're just waiting on pins and needles, aren't we, Pike?
I mean, we've sat here and in different physical spaces, pondering the draft lottery and the fate of 14 numbered ping pong balls. But I don't know if it's ever felt as significant as it has this year for the Flames. This is, I think it's safe to say that the term I've been using is the youthening process has been ongoing since Craig Conroy became general manager just under almost exactly 3 years ago. 3 years, I think it was later in May 2023 that he got the promotion to the big chair. He talked about, they're going to get younger. And we've seen a lot of players with extensive resumes go out the door. We've seen a lot of players with quite short resumes come in and actually contribute pretty well. And so this could be a day where the selection of 4 ping pong balls completely changes the trajectory, or at the very least accelerates the trajectory of a hockey club. And why not the Calgary Flames?
Why not? The Calgary Flames have never made a top 3 selection in their entire 46-year history. And of course, we will tell you a lot more. We will bring on some more folks as the show goes on. For the folks in the chat wondering where certain people are, well, just wait. You might see some of them during the show. And we do want to tell you that this show is a presentation of your Prairie Toyota dealers. If you're looking to dominate off the ice as much as your team does on it, check out the Toyota Tacoma. Its standard I-Force engine boasts an impressive towing capacity of up to 6,400 pounds. In fact, it is the most powerful Tacoma ever. So whether you're hauling gear to the rink or heading to an away game, you can tackle it with ease. The available panoramic multi-terrain view monitor gives you a live underfloor view to navigate even the toughest terrain with ease. When it is time to load up, the available power liftgate makes loading your gear in and out a cinch. So experience power, capability, and convenience with your Toyota Tacoma. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Prairie Toyota dealer during Red Tag Days from March through May. And it is May. It is May the 5th. And the Calgary Flames enter today's NHL Draft Lottery with the 4th best odds at picking 1st overall. And I think we've got those odds courtesy of the NHL, as they can go up to 1st overall. They can go up to 2nd overall. 9.5% chance at both of those potential outcomes. Here they are. A very minute chance of them moving up to 3rd overall. It requires a one specific combination. If the New Jersey Devils win the 1st lottery to move up 10 spots to number 2, it thereby figures that the Flames cannot move up to number 2 as well. So they would move up to number 3 if they win the 2nd drawing after the New Jersey Devils win the 1st one. And then 15% chance they stay where they are at 4, a 44.6% chance of them moving down to 5, and just over 20% of them moving down to 6. So, Pike, all things considered, for the Calgary Flames, you can say, well, it's about a 20% chance of them moving up into the top 3. It's about a 20% chance of them moving down to number 6. It is about 20% chance of them staying where they are, and then about a 2/5 chance of them moving down to 5.
It's 15.4% chance of them staying where they are.
Well, really,
that's not about anything. That's precisely 15.4.
Yeah, it's about 20. You can split it into 5.
In their illustrious history, since the Flames have been the Flames, and since the draft lottery was instituted in 1995, to, I guess, discourage tanking,
to punish the Ottawa Senators,
essentially.
Yeah.
So the Flames have never, ever moved up. They have moved down once. That was in 2016. On the last day of the season, Nicholas Backstrom was insane in net. They won the season finale.
In Montreal, I think. Right?
Minnesota.
Oh, was it?
He played the Minnesota Wild, I believe.
Yeah.
In Minnesota, Winnipeg. But yeah, game 82 win for Nicholas Backstrom. Moved the Flames from 4th last to 5th last. And then they lost the lottery, and one of the teams below them,
Winnipeg
won. and moved past the Flames. The Flames dropped down to 6 and then had to white knuckle it. I spoke to Nicholas Backstrom for my book, and he joked that he thought Brad Treliving was mad at him for winning, which is incredibly funny. But then imagine if you didn't get a good player out of that, and you're just cursing your goalie for being too good. So we'll see if history repeats itself today. Odds are, based on history, Flames probably stay put. They've always stayed put every time, except for the one time where they moved down in the 2016 draft lottery. They have never moved up. The only time they've ever won any kind of lottery drawing in the entire history of the event was the weird Frankenstein monster of the 2005 lottery, where they did not have they didn't have a season because season not played. And so they created a weird weighted system with 48 lottery balls where all the different teams got different lottery combinations based on missing the playoffs or getting a first overall pick. The Flames were in the second tier, and they did not get picked until the 26th drawing, when at that point their odds had gone up to like 37%. Yeah. So the history is not on the Flames side in terms of winning, but you could also make an argument that maybe they're due.
We're going to bring on our draft analyst from Daily Faceoff, Stephen Ellis, my colleague, who I inundate with useless questions and trivia facts all the time. And now he's going to come join us. We have him ready, right, Jack? Here he is. Stephen Ellis from Daily Faceoff, coming to us, I think, live from inside of a bank. Where are you, Stephen?
I am at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. This is
Scotiabank Arena.
Sorry, Scotiabank Pond. Sorry, I forgot the
Scotiabank Pond.
Yes, this is a AAA hockey arena where I saw Caleb Malhotra play for the very first time. It's also where the OHL Cup is held. So Connor McDavid came here at one point. Evan Bouchard, all these star players. So what better place than to hope the internet kind of holds up here and come here and watch some practice, I guess.
We can hear you just fine, Stephen. So don't worry about that. You look fantastic. Calgary Flames, they come into this with the 4th best odds at the draft lottery. I mean, first things first, how big would a guy like Gavin McKenna be for the Calgary Flames?
That's the most skilled player in this draft. And I think when you look at the Flames, this is a team that I do like some of the young pieces. I like where their goaltending is, and Dustin Wolf. I think that this is the group that eventually is going to figure it out, but Gavin McKenna speeds that up. And, this has been a year where the draft's not super deep. If you're picking the top 10, you're very happy. If you're picking the top 5, you're very happy. If you're picking the top 4, you're extremely happy. And I think that's partly because you're, getting a guy like Gavin McKenna would be huge. Getting a guy like Ivar Stenberg and everything he brings to the table will be very interesting. Chase Reed, I know Zane Parek's kind of the big star Calgary Flames defenseman there, but could Chase Reed be another good addition to the team, or is Caleb Malhotra the answer? I think that's something where you're going to be happy if this team gets in the top 4. You're going to be much happier if you get Gavin McKenna.
Pike, got anything?
Yeah, I'm really curious. If you're the Flames, maybe it's fortuitous that the first couple years under Conroy, they went kind of heavy on defensemen. They get Zane Parekh, they get Hunter Brzustevich, they get Henry Muse. Last year they went heavy on centers. They got Rezhny, they got Cullen Potter, Theo Stoxilius, who just signed with the Flames. They got him in the second round. So it seems like there's sort of themes in every Flames draft year that sort of thankfully seem to have corresponded with the strength in that draft class. In your mind, in the first round especially, where's the strength of this year's draft?
I think it's defensemen. I think you look at the option of potentially a Chase Reed, a Keaton Verhoff, Carson Karls, Albert Smith, Daxon Rudolph. Like, all those guys can go in the top 10. And then I know Malte Gustafsson has really kind of piqued some interest for some scouts after the U18. So this is something where it feels like a lot of good defensemen. Like, again, it's not a super deep draft. I think when you look at 2023, 2024 felt stronger than this. 2025, we'll still kind of see what happens with that one. Obviously, Matthew Schaefer really kind of boosts that draft class a lot. But I think with this year, there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be very interesting which teams take which defenseman. Because, do you take someone with Keaton Verhoff, maybe not the world's greatest college season, but he's super young, very long runway. Do you take someone like Chase Reed, who feels a bit more, I wouldn't say NHL ready, but he feels more rounded at this point. He's got the size, the mobility you're looking for. You take someone like Carson Karls, who, I swear, man, if he just spends one full summer focusing just on hockey and not the family farm, he's going to be an absolute beast. But the fact that he's also doing the family farm, scouts love how much of a hard worker he is. Like, all these things you put together, it's a really strong group for Blue Liners.
Yeah, and coincidentally, the Flames' first-round pick last year, the first-round pick, a Macklin, Saskatchewan farm kid.
Yeah.
So, I think culturally, at the very least, Carson Karls seems like he could be a fit on the red team. He's from the West. He's a left shot. The Flames are pretty heavy on the right side, at least in terms of outside of Zane Breck. No one's really a lock yet. We don't know what Henry Muse is over a full college season, but I don't know. Are you the mindset of screw it, just go best player available at the top of the draft? Is there enough separation between the guys, behind McKenna and Stenberg that maybe you would would you even think about going for positional lead at that point? You just take whoever's the best?
After the U18s, I kind of just asked a few people, like, what would you take at number 2? And I think I got like 5 different answers. So it's kind of wide open. It's like Stenberg's the one that more scouts I think be more willing to take. But let's say the Flames stay at number 4. Like, would you, if you take Caleb Malhotra, are you super happy? Yeah, I think he's an extremely skilled centerman who is going to be a very impact player. I think the question is he a number 1 center or a number 2 center? I think if I'm having to guess, I'm still thinking a really good number 2 center. I don't know if he's got I hate using the word elite, but I don't know if he's got the elite talent to go out there and be the number 1 center on this team or on an NHL team. But if he's your number 2, he's going to be an extremely strong number 2 that you're really excited about, really reliable two-way guy. But then, Carson Karls, I think some people say that for a guy who's 6'2" and he's built like a tank, it feels like sometimes he plays a little too small. And I think that's something that scouts are worried about. Keaton Verhoff, I think there's a lot of decision making that's got to be figured out there, but it's like every single one of these players have a bit of a flaw, but at the same time we're still talking about a lot of upside, where I think you could make a good argument for like 3 or 4 guys at number 4 if that is where the Flames pick.
Do you we'll just sort of round this off, Stephen, just sort of we had you send us your top 6 before today, and it sort of goes McKenna, then Stenberg, then Reed, then Malhotra, Keaton Verhoff, Vigo Bjork. Do you view there being sort of a point in this top 10 where there's maybe a bit of a cliff or a drop off after a certain group of players?
I think maybe after like number, I don't know, it really depends on your view of Vigo Bjork. I like him. I think as much as I've liked him recently watching him play with the Sweden national team, I think what needs to be taken into account is he is playing against like Czechia and Finland, like they're like C teams. They're not playing their best players, but he's still playing really well against men, which is incredible for someone his age, and he's not a big guy. I'd say kind of maybe 7. That's where things kind of really fall off there. If you're looking at Karls, Bjork, Verhoff, Malhotra, Reed, Stenberg, and McKenna, I think after that, a lot of scouts aren't convinced about Albert Smits. I think a lot of people are starting to sour on Tynan Lawrence. I would say bet against him at your own peril at this point, because it feels like once he gets a full season of college, I think he's going to be totally okay. Like, he missed the first half of the season, basically dominates a couple games, and then he goes and plays on a bad college team. What happens when he spends a whole year on one place and no injuries? That's where things change. Wyatt Cullen could be a very interesting player here, though. It's not that he just had a good U18s and he thrust everyone's rankings. I've had him as a first-round pick most of the year because it feels like he's so smart. He's got that two-way reliability you expect out of a centerman, but he's a winger, and he's also got a lot of skill, and he's very fast. That's a guy that could make things really interesting.
I might have, when I was at the CHL U.S. national team showcase game in Calgary, Wyatt Cullen was the guy I think that popped the most for me in terms of you tend to go to these things. There's too many new players, so you're trying not to look for anyone in particular. But every 5 minutes, I was going, who's that kid there? So I agree with you with Cullen, and don't forget, as much as you want to disparage the fine folks at the Czechia national team, we did see Vigo Bjork put completely outmuscle NHLer Adam Klapka, granted in a exhibition game and an exhibition tournament, but it's still a fairly established NHL player we completely outworked.
Yeah, no, there's lots of good options, Stephen. We really appreciate it, and keep following Stephen's stuff at Daily Faceoff. Stephen, are you going to have anything big coming this afternoon?
Essentially, as soon as we get the draft order finalized, my mock draft's live. So I will give one bit of a spoiler alert. If it is number 4, I do have Caleb Malhotra going to the Flames, so we'll see. Wow.
All right. Good stuff. We appreciate it, Stephen. That is Stephen Ellis, our draft analyst expert over at Daily Faceoff. Pike, what you almost looked like you were going to burst out laughing while Stephen was on. What was going on over there?
I just saw the Vigo Bjork clip again.
Oh, you saw the Vigo Bjork clip?
Bjork
going up against Adam Klapka.
Right into 6'8" Adam Klapka and going, now I'm going to take that puck.
Yeah.
It
was pretty
great. He worked really hard in the I believe it was, I forget what the hell it's called. That was the Fortuna hockey games. not to be confused with the Belgier hockey games, which are currently happening in Sweden. There is a series of pre-World Championship tournaments happening in Europe right now, and they're all just they're games. They're technically hockey.
I wouldn't be surprised if Steven is watching Moldova play right now. Hey, here's Dean Molberg, our buddy Boomer over at Greta Bar. Dean, what's going on?
Hello, lads. How are we feeling?
Nervous. How about you?
Yeah. Nervous. Yeah. I may have to pee. That may or may not be nerves, though. I may just have to go pee. I'm not sure. But the vibes are very high here at Greta. Which at the best, I mean, it's Greta. It's going to be, the vibes are, of course, going to be high. But Pinder's giving out some T-shirts. Retro's here. The guys are excited. I know it's 9.5%, but right now it feels more like 95.5%. You know what I mean? Yeah, oh, yeah. I don't see any way that the Flames don't win this whole damn thing.
You don't see any way that they don't win this whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Not by
it's
the
not
hair.
Scientific. I don't have a Pike chart or anything like that, or a Gould graph. Are there any Gould graphs and Pike charts over there that we can throw up? No.
Well,
anyway.
we can't see your entire chin there, Dean. Your camera work is fantastic. I mean, there you go. You're looking.
I have my stubby Ukrainian arms. I can only get them so far out from my fat face.
They're extremely agile.
So it's a weird one, right? You're having a party, and there's a 9.5% chance of the party going off the way you want it to.
Yeah. Hey.
Right. It's like we're having a surprise birthday party. And there's a chance that the person might actually show up. So we're all kind of hiding behind the furniture and the curtains. And there's a 9.5% chance that the birthday person, the birthday boy, comes home. But
what's the dream scenario here for you at this lottery, both in terms of Flames doing well and other teams doing poorly? Because I was speaking with some of our colleagues at Canucks Army this afternoon and disparaging both them, their city, and their credibility as human beings. I'm sure no one wants to see the Toronto Maple Leafs draft particularly high, especially if they drop out of the top 5, they lose that pick. So, Boom, what's your dream scenario from the next half hour or so?
Well, I mean, obviously, not Toronto, right? I mean, not Toronto. And I don't even need them to fall and lose the pick to Boston. It's not even that, just not Toronto. Because I was just talking with, I think it was Adam was his name. He came outside. You start to run through all these other teams. Well, Vancouver, you went to the Cup in 2011, and you probably deserve it, but we don't want you to have it because you're Vancouver. We don't want the Leafs to get it. Winnipeg, maybe, but like the guys were saying on the show today, well, Winnipeg is only a non-playoff team because they were bad this year. They have no business being in this lottery.
That's typically how it works, but yeah.
I mean, you guys, with President's Trophy last year, you won a round last year like this. The Flames, it's only the Flames. That's the only answer here. They've never picked top 3. They're such noble warriors the whole way through, even winning, put Arseny Sergeyev in the nets and they still win. Like, if there's any faith in hockey gods, then the bingo balls go the way of Connie and the Flames today. I'm not even thinking of anybody else. It's one-track mind, and that's what I think we all need to do. Don't think about anybody else. It's not about Toronto or St. Louis. It's nobody else. It's only the Flames. That's it. Flames.
Wow.
Flames.
Right. Andre Vasilevsky's not going to like you talking about the hockey gods, but hey, I'm there with you, Dean. You've turned me from a guy who came in here tonight saying there was a 0% chance to I'm with you. I feel a sense of enlightenment. I think you've convinced me. How are Rhett and Pinder holding up? Are they they're tapping their toes?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Pinder was giving away some Mission McKenna T-shirts.
Yes.
Again, we're trying to will this thing into existence. And as you can see, we're outside Greta here in here kind of downtown. Is it downtown? They consider this downtown?
It's the belt line, I think.
It's the belt line,
It's the belt line.
South of the train tracks is belt line.
Yeah, train tracks right over there, so it's belt line. Just everything we're trying to really, like I say, will this thing into becoming a reality. The vibes are good. No one's talking. It's great. No one's talking about the other team up to the north.
True.
Like that happened fast too. We were very much talking about them about a week ago, and now it's not even.
Hey,
look at this guy.
Look at that.
Look at this guy. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Did he just
I
get
told
kicked
you.
out? Did he just get
The
ejected?
vibes are outstanding.
How is it, Ryan?
Be sad with you today.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what
Oh,
9.5% to pick first, but then 9.5 plus 9.5 is 19. You had a 19% chance of picking in the top two.
it's true. Can't hear anything Ryan's saying, but that's okay.
That's all right. You don't want to hear
don't-
him.
you don't need to.
That's almost an improvement.
That's-
This
yeah,
is the best quality Pinder content we've had. They get us dancing,
Yeah.
but none of his opinions.
Yeah. Hey, I
So-
mean, go ahead.
So what are you guys thinking? What are you feeling? What's if you have a gut here?
Well, I mean,
I know I told you to only think Flames, but
you're sleeping easier now that the Oilers are out. I mean, it's certainly been a nicer stay on the pillows at night. You're just sort of. So I mean, maybe is it too much of a good thing? Is it the hockey gods giving us? I mean, I said it. Is it two good things at once? I mean, it's overdue for something like that. I would love to see something like that.
It does kind of feel like the stars are aligning. The broadcast of the draft lottery just had a highlight pack of Gavin McKenna, and you know what run got Gavin McKenna to go? Yeah, I'll go to Penn State. The run that coincidentally Arseny Sergeyev helped Penn State go on to the Final Four. They lost in the national semifinals and had a hell of a back half of the year. And that's when young Gavin McKenna fell in love with Penn State. He already has an affinity for the Flames franchise. We have a new building going to be ready in just over a year. World Cup of Hockey a little bit after that. It kind of feels like the stars are aligning a little bit.
Well, and remember, the Flames were one ball away last year from winning the second draw. Remember that?
They've been one ball away the last 3 years.
Yeah. So it's
the last ball the last 3 years.
Yeah, and they have the worst odds last year, and they were one ball away from winning that second draw. So we'll see. But yeah, we appreciate the good vibes, Dean. I mean, it's good
one
stuff.
ball away. Penn State, McKenna. McKenna wants to be a Flame.
Yeah.
Flame should be. It's off. What a
Dean.
night we're gonna have here at Greta. Well, it's good. What a party it's gonna be, boys. I mean,
we'll come join you. We'll come join you after we're done.
Yeah, you are for sure. You're,
oh my goodness.
If you
Dean, when did you get there?
about 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago. I thought you were going to say 10 a.m. Okay.
No. But Greta's a great
never
spot.
go
If you've never been, you got to check it out. If you can't get here tonight, we understand. It's short notice. Things starting here right away. Big Bill's going to be flipping cards. So exciting.
Dean, you better get in there, Dean.
Yeah, well, I'll check in with you guys as soon as we're done, because I know you guys will have some deep analysis and thought-provoking conversation.
Tons.
And so when it's time to celebrate, I will jump back in live. We will celebrate together, separately together, but
That's
together,
right.
separately.
That's right.
All right?
Appreciate it.
So fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed.
Peace out, Dean. They're bringing the balls out now, so you better go head on in. That was our buddy Dean Moberg with a cameo appearance by Ryan Pinder, and I have it on good authority that if the Flames do win either of these draws, that we might even get a Rhett sighting on this show. So we got the balls. I think that's 14 balls, Pike.
14,
and they're putting them all in one by one. They're really belaboring this, but they got Bettman
they have ceremonies they have to go through. My favorite part of the old system where they did the drawing in a sequestered room in a TV studio in suburban New Jersey is that, poor Gary Bettman had to hold up today's newspaper and be like, all right, it's Tuesday, May 5th. Here's some examples of what newspapers look like from today, and then go through the whole rigmarole. So it's a little bit more streamlined. Now they're showing each ball as they go in. This is riveting.
Yeah, my video feed on my screen, I couldn't log into my Sportsnet account for whatever reason. So I've got the Vancouver Canucks watch party up on my, so I'm watching Dan Murphy, and I don't know who that is. Is that Landon Ferraro? And is that Trevor Linden? Anyway, they're loading in all the balls right now. And so here it really all comes down to this. Jack, do we have time to put up the combinations the Flames need in order to win this thing? Because it really all does come down to this. They've got 95 out of a possible 1,001 combinations. If the one extra combination is drawn, they do it all over again. But of course, the odds of that are pretty darn bad. And Yeah, let's put them up if we can, because I mean, if the first ball is a 1 or a 2, or if a 1 or a 2 are drawn, I mean, you start to feel pretty good. But I think the Flames, I think it's like if it's 5 and 9 and 12 and 14, those are 4 Flames captains, and those are if all 4 of those get picked, that's one of the winning numbers as well. So we'll see.
My favorite combination is redraw.
Yeah.
I believe this year it's 11, 12, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14 is the annual redraw.
Oh, it's Olivia McDonald. It's our old friend Olivia. She's on that panel too. Former Flames and Wranglers TV host. So, boy, this Canucks party, this is great. They're live at Rogers Arena. Of course, the Canucks have the top odds, but it's only, I think, 18.5% at picking first overall. But only 18.5%.
They get 25.5.
But it's 18.5 that it's their combination that gets picked.
Yeah, New Jersey and lower, it is Vancouver by default, and they're locked in.
Yeah. So here we go. NHL Studios from Secaucus, New Jersey. John Buccigross is talking, and I think we're maybe about to put the balls to test with the first draw. Here they are. They are down, and they're going to start putting them up, and here they come. Boy, this is really, really, really agonizing to watch. And I think they have.
You've never watched bingo before.
I know they have the live odds. So after the first ball comes, they update the odds based on what combinations get completely ruled out. They did this last year as well. 3 seconds to the first ball. Here it comes. A 7, I think. Yeah, so it's a 7. So the Calgary Flames odds move slightly down to 8.7%, but so little that it hardly even matters. Moves down 0.8%. The Canucks move up ever so slightly. The New York Rangers move up ever so slightly to 11.7%, or pardon me, 11.9%. But again, very little data gleaned here. 10 more seconds until the second ball.
Your Wi-Fi is bad. They're pulling it now.
What is it?
It is a 2.
I think the Flames have a lot of 2s. But
with a 7?
I don't know.
Oh, Flames are down to 6.1%.
It's not 0, Pike. It's not 0.
Vancouver 16.7. And actually Seattle right now is your odds leader at 18.2.
18.2%. Oh God. Seattle winning would be so boring. But Seattle winning would also guarantee the Leafs lose their pick. It's true.
Because they move up.
Yes, that's right. And if any team moves up past 5, then
4, 3, 2.
Gosh, I should
1.
almost look over.
Here's the third ball.
11. And so
Flames are out. Actually, Flames
they're
are
not.
in.
No.
Flames are in.
Flames are in.
9.1.
So the Flames odds have moved back up to 9.1%.
So there are 11 remaining balls, and the Flames have one of them.
So yeah, what are the combinations here? So 9 teams are still in it.
Vancouver,
or eight teams are still in it.
Vancouver leads with 27.3%.
So
odds are Van wins it, but it could be funny.
Could be the Calgary Flames. It very much still could be the Calgary Flames.
There's Craig Conroy on the stream sitting in front of a beautiful painting. Absolutely
still possible. So what number does it have to be for the Calgary Flames to win? Let's see. 2-7.
2-7.
Here it is. I'm pulling it up right now. 2-7.
It is 10.
10?
If they get 10,
2-7, 10, 11. If it's number 10, Gavin McKenna is a Calgary Flame.
This is if they pull Huberdeau's number, they're going to.
If it's Jonathan Huberdeau's number, it is a Calgary Flame.
That's right.
Gavin McKenna is a Calgary
Flame.
Flame.
Farther ahead, is it Pikes?
Mine.
Okay, we got to watch Pikes.
Everybody snuggle in. You can see the tension at the live watch party at whatever place Vancouver is doing that at. Probably some sort of an establishment.
I thought they would be ruled out before this. I didn't think they'd even have a chance on the last ball.
Are they delaying?
They're delaying.
They're cutting to the panel.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it is.
Do we have live odds for every team?
Yeah, we do.
Olivia, we love you, but we don't need to hear from you right now.
Oh, you got the Canucks feed up too. Oh, let me just refresh the page. Let's see if I can get it a little bit quicker. No, Olivia's doing her fingers crossed thing. Olivia, God bless you, but no. I
mean, I don't think you need to cross your fingers when you have 3 times as many. balls
Yeah,
as
like
everyone
it's
else
you're
does.
the number one team. You have the best odds.
I do enjoy that they selected a system that everyone, much like the NHL's playoff race, most teams are still in it until the very last drawing.
Hey,
so.
you know what? This is really exciting. I will say this system is really exciting. The Calgary Flames are one lottery ball away.
The Sportsnet broadcast is on a commercial break.
They're showing Megan Fox and I think the Mandalorian and Grogu. So get in on that.
Yeah, I'm seeing an advertisement for people who don't advertise with us. So you know what? You don't get mentioned.
Well, I think we can mention the Mandalorian and Grogu hitting
No.
theaters later this year.
Disney, if you want us to mention your products, give us some damn money.
Jack, what's the ruling on this one? Do we have anything here?
I don't know.
Jack.
The Jack Cam.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Eight teams still in it. Vancouver's in it. Chicago's in it. The Rangers, Calgary, Toronto still in it. Yeah. The teams with the best odds at this point. 3 numbers will win it for Vancouver. 2 will win it for the Rangers. 1 will win it for the Flames, the Blackhawks, the Maple Leafs, the Kraken, the Jets, and the Sharks.
15 seconds of the draw.
And the Flames just need number 10. Here we go, folks.
Yeah. There's 3 balls left for Vancouver, 2 for the Rangers, and then 1 apiece for all the other teams. Chicago, Calgary, Toronto, Seattle, Winnipeg, San Jose. Here we go. 12.
It's the Leafs.
Shut the fuck up.
It's the Leafs.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God. It's the Leafs.
No.
Oh.
So as of right now, so Toronto moves up from, what are they, 5?
Yeah, Flames move down to 5.
Drop back to 5.
It's the
Heading
Leafs.
The second draft. Oh, Jesus.
Wow. It's the Leafs.
This might be the nightmare scenario for a lot of people.
Jesus Christ.
I believe our esteemed colleague, Dean Boomer Molberg, might have just said, please not the Leafs.
Oh, John Chayka. Oh.
So the Toronto Maple Leafs in round 1 will draft at 1.
Oh, Brad Treliving does not get to pick first overall.
That is correct. That is a statement of fact.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Well then, and then for those of you who I recommend, if you like Schadenfreude, the Canucks look.
The Canucks chat is hilarious.
It's just no one cheering. Everyone's like, so what does this mean? What? So who do we get? We're at 2, maybe.
The Leafs. Oh boy. Really?
So just the one of the most historically miserable seasons that a team that probably should have been kind of good has had, like an absolute implosion of historical proportions.
Oh Jesus. The one team that could have been pushed off of a first entirely. Oh.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Do we have
We got
do we have live reaction from down at Greta Bar?
are they just they're reloading the
no, I
the
don't
Tumblr?
I don't even know.
Because the Flames have never selected second overall. Actually, they've selected second overall twice, both in the 1970s. In the 1972 draft, they selected Jacques Richard, who was okay.
Yeah.
And then in 1973, they traded up to get Tom Lysiak of the Medicine Hat Tigers.
There's your Marner
He was very
replacement.
good. So
That's that's the one way the Leafs get out of this is they get their Marner replacement at the top of the draft.
I mean, we tend to go, how does this affect the Leafs?
This
Or
affects the
how it
Leafs.
affects the Oilers in every damn show we do. And now it's forced upon us. And for the chat, I'm sorry. We don't want to. We want to be talking about the Leafs as much as you want to hear us talk.
Oh,
about
the
Leafs.
Canucks panel is so disappointed.
Are we guaranteed 6 now?
Nope.
No.
There's a second. There's a second drawing
Right now, they are tentatively at 5,
Yeah.
but they could move down again.
or they can move up.
The odds were the most likely scenario, 40% chance, was that they would drop to 5. So right now, barring the events of the other draw, this is the most statistically probable scenario. Flames drop by 1.
Well, at this point, now that they've lost the first drawing, I believe the most statistically possible scenario is for them to drop down again.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Now that they've lost
the same
first drawing.
probabilities would exist. Well, slightly less because the Leafs have like the slight limit. So yeah, it's
No.
fundamentally it is the most likely, but less likely than on the first draw.
How many times have the Flames picked sixth, Pike? 5?
6.
6. That's right. Monahan, Kachuk, Fata, Stillman, and
I think that's it. Is that 6?
well, I said 5, so
I said 6.
That
Did I
was
say 6?
that was
I
5.
have the
players.
list in front of me.
Monahan, Kachuk.
Stillman in 92, Daniel Kachuk in 97, Rico Fata in 98, Monahan in 13, Kachuk when they moved down by 1 in 16.
Yeah, so 5.
So this would be,
This would be 6.
oh my God, this is 2016 again.
It really is.
This is 2016 again.
It is.
Because Arseny Sergayev was too good when they put the 5th string goalie in. He was too good against
Well,
the LA team that was just not very good at all.
well, this is the funny thing, though, is that everybody on Team Tank should have wanted them to win more.
Yes, if they had won one more game, they would have slotted ahead of the Leafs and they would have had the 6th.
That's the thing. If they had lost that last game, it wouldn't have mattered. They would have.
No matter what, if Arseny Sergayev
No.
lost or won, unless they put him in for a second game, the thing is they just brought him in too late. Then that's what you're saying. They
Yeah.
should have brought him in. Cooley should have had the flu or had a cold a couple days earlier.
Oh, this sucks.
I don't know. 5th overall is
Oh.
still pretty good.
That's fine.
Oh, it's just such a bailout for
Leafs.
such a
Jesus
miserable
They could
franchise.
still win the second draw and finish. And have
I'm
the
not
second
even.
overall
Yeah,
pick.
like
What
that's
if,
awesome.
what
I
if,
just,
what if
I
Gavin
can't-
McKenna says, I don't want to
Ooh.
play for the Leafs? What?
Ooh, they just announced the Calder finalists.
Oh, yeah.
Not nominees, finalists.
That's right. Demidov, Matthew Schaefer, and Beckett Seneca have been named the finalists, and Matthew Schaefer will be named the winner.
Yes. I would be shocked if it's anything but unanimous.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that if you vote for anyone but Schaefer at 1, you should provide a written justification somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dear. Oh, man.
Who do I have?
Oh, boy.
My exact top 3 were top 3. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Who, what was your, interesting.
Schaefer, Seneca, Demidov, Dobish, and Jimmy Snuggerud.
Okay, so here we go for the second drawing.
Yeah.
It is about to begin, and we'll see if the Calgary Flames can move up to get their first ever top 3 draft pick in their history, which at this
Toronto,
point
Brownie
can
fans.
only be the second overall pick.
Second overall is still pretty good.
Sure, I'd love to
You're
get
going to
it.
settle for Stenberg? You'd be fine with
Yeah,
Stenberg.
Ivar Stenberg seems like a pretty good player out of Sweden, having a good go at the U18s.
Yeah, playing with
Yeah.
Frölunda.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
believe Frölunda is going to the Spengler next year.
Canada isn't, I believe.
Earlier, Abram Wiebe played with the U.S. national select team.
That's
for
right.
College selects, and he did pretty good.
First ball is 11. And I believe the Flames have a few 11s, and their odds have basically not changed. They have stayed at 8.8. Now, reminder, the Toronto Maple Leafs can win this lottery drawing too, and that would
They would redraw.
necessitate a redraw. And their odds have gone up to 9.8%, but at this point, it hardly even
remember,
matters.
11, 12, 13, 14 is the redraw.
Oh, is it?
Four.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, here it comes.
4.
And yes.
4.5. Flames are down to 4.5%.
Oof. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, they're probably going to be picking 5 or 6. Boy. Yep. All right. Bit of a muted.
Young children, okay, not young children, but younger than us children are going to have their dreams come true at the end of next month at the NHL
sure.
draft.
They're going to get a good player regardless. It's just obviously you get hyped up for the lottery. It's natural.
And this comes from nothing ever happens, boy. Something's happening. All kinds of things are happening. What is that? What is that? 3.
And the Flames will pick no higher than 5th in the 2026 NHL draft. They can no longer win the second drawing. So, although we shouldn't be so hasty, as that we're actually really close to redraw territory. Toronto has a 27% chance of winning this lottery draw too, which would be really funny.
Yeah. So there are 3 balls for Toronto, 2 for Vancouver, 2 for the Rangers, 2 for San Jose, 1 for the Sharks, 1 for the Chicago Blackhawks.
So we're officially cheering for a redraw.
Or for just not Vancouver, because that would be kind of funny.
I don't even care at this point.
Yeah, you do. You care so much.
Yeah. Here we go.
You want either something fun to happen or something tragic to happen. Comedy and tragedy. Actually, what's the old saying? Comedy is just tragedy plus time.
Sure. It sounds
Or
like
I guess
something that.
in this case, geography is the difference between comedy and tragedy.
Let's see.
All right, let's see. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4.
San Jose again. San Jose again. Like
Flames are sixth.
Like what is all these stupid garbage? Like why do these same teams keep winning
So,
the lotteries?
And more importantly, they made Olivia sad twice.
Jeez Louise. Like it's the same teams. Like I don't get it. Ugh.
Hey, what's the old saying? History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme sometimes.
Yeah, the Sharks really needed that. They were just desperate. Dean, the Sharks, the Leafs, they were just desperate for more top picks. Oh,
I
Dean.
don't really know what to say.
Seems like a vulnerable moment, Dean.
The Leafs?
The
Leafs? And the Sharks? Yeah. I don't know if you can hear the F-bombs flying out of Greta. But
I mean, Pinder is pretty loud.
the mood is dampened somewhat. We all just, we all dislike Toronto to begin with, and then the last 48 hours have been interesting for sure. And San Jose, who has, Celebrini, it was an amazing coming out party for him this year. We can't have nice things, I guess, is the moral of the story.
Well, I mean, Dean, we look at it now, and the San Jose Sharks will now make a top 5 draft pick for the 4th consecutive year.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Their fan base, there of hundreds down there will be thankful for that. I shouldn't, don't be sour. That's not what this is about. Next year's draft lottery, though. Hey,
Oh, yeah,
2027 is gonna be the Flames' year.
Dean, you know this team well enough to know that Dustin Wolf will win the Vezina next year, and if they're in the lottery, they'll be 16th.
I don't like that, Pike.
It's the every other year Flames.
Is it? I don't know. The run continue. Okay, so and you know what? Good on Bobby Germany, Robert Munich, who was there. He came up. He's like, hey, well, Leafs would, at least the Flames can't fall to 6 now, as far as they can fall as 5. So it's good to have that perspective, have that silver lining. It's good way to think about it. But boy, I really felt like this was going to be the one. Really felt it.
It's been 46 years, Dean. I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, probabilities don't compound like interest does. It's.
You know what it is? It's math.
I know.
It's math. Like they had a 9.5% chance, but it felt like a lot more than that. But in the end, it was only 9.5%.
Felt like less than it to me. Oof.
Yeah. They got to fix this lotto ball thing. It's not fair. Vancouver's got to be choked, right? Like they were by far and away the shittiest team, and they didn't win. They deserved.
Well,
they probably. I mean, deserved. They should have that number 1 pick because they stink.
You know who they're going to draft now, Dean? Is Caleb Malhotra.
You figure?
Oh, I'd be quite sure of that. I would think so.
It'll make a good story anyway. That'll be a lot of chatter about that, of course.
They won the Maple Leafs won the draft lottery.
Yeah, I know. So the Leafs, they'll go McKenna, obviously.
Does
San Jose,
here's the thing that I wonder is, does San Jose take Ivar Stenberg? I don't know if they do.
It's maybe they go D now.
Maybe they go with a D. Isn't that interesting? That's maybe the one team that wouldn't take Stenberg there. Because they've used so many high picks. Those last 3 top 5 picks have been on forward.
Well, let's work this out. So where are the Flames picking again? They're picking
6.
Huh?
6. They're picking 6.
They're at 6.
They're picking 6.
The 6th time they're at 6.
Christ.
In 26, they're 6 and 6.
6.
Okay, so we'll work this out. So the Leafs, they don't know what they're doing. And the new Cheka, he's going to have something figured out. So He'll take some guy we've never heard of.
Mhm.
But right, so okay, so that leaves everybody on the board. So then at 2, we got San Jose.
That's right.
They're going to want a D.
Oh, sure.
They got Celebrini, they got Misa, they got lots.
course.
They're going to need a D man. Okay.
D all day.
3, Vancouver. You
Vancouver.
mentioned
They don't-
Malhotra.
They don't even have a GM, but yeah, probably Malhotra.
Yeah, so they'll take Malhotra 3. All right, fair enough. 4.
Well, that's Chicago. I think.
That's Chicago.
They don't need another forward.
They need D.
They need
Yeah,
D.
they need D.
They need D. 5
So, I mean,
now.
take your pick.
Well, 5's now the Rangers. And I mean, the last time the Rangers took a winger that high in the draft, it didn't work out that well.
Here's Stenberg,
Yeah,
Swede, with Zibanejad,
sure.
right?
Oh, of course. That's
6
Oh, well.
Flames, McKenna.
of course.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I think you should put that on
Yeah.
a piece of paper somewhere and
No?
just
I
put it
don't know.
in a block box. You know?
I will say this after we mentioned it when Steven was on earlier for the draft lottery. I will say that last year the Flames got a Saskatchewan farm kid by the name of Cole Rezny at 18, and they're very excited to get him. There is a young defenseman, a big farm kid from a cattle ranch named Carson Carls, who Cammy will bend your ear about every time you ask her about good draft players from the Dub.
Yeah.
Big, mean left shot D. They got a lot of smaller puck moving guys who shoot right. You know, you can.
See, here's the thing, Pike. We got time, right? It's early May. We got to the end of June to have these conversations. Today is about being emotional and irrational about losing the draft lottery. They're going to get somebody good. They're going to pick 6. He's going to be a good player, and everybody be excited about him. He's going to be all right, all that. But right now it's tough. Right now it's tough. Deserved to win it. Deserved to win the draft lottery. Deserved to pick top 2 for sure.
So,
But instead they fall 2 spots. It's not right.
so for next year, are we going to get ethical tank T-shirts made by the network? Like, what's? Because I think there was a little jinxie poo with the Mission McKenna stuff, a little bit presumptuous. But ethical tank is not about a result; it's about a mindset. It's about a philosophy of life. So we just need to find a good graphic.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about next year right now.
I know we have huge sway and impact on the way the world works.
Oh my God.
So you might be right. The T-shirts that we had made in
And,
November may have swung this whole thing. I hadn't thought about that, Pike. It's like great responsibility, great whatever that is, Batman thing. Is that what that is?
I don't know whose fault it was, but I kind of just want to blame Pinder. And if everyone here wants to blame Pinder, we can get quorum and just officially blame Pinder.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
Hey, Dean, Minnesota and Colorado are about to play. Do you?
All right,
have any,
that's good. Yeah, so come on down to Greta and the game's on. They're going to switch the TVs over from whatever's on there now for old Booch.
Yeah.
Put on the game, and we're going to have some time together as a group to console one another, and
yeah,
we'll be better. We'll be better for it.
Yeah.
Stronger.
Dean, we got a super chat. That's my impression of your home.
Yeah, I can't read it because I don't have my goggles.
Got fridged $2 with the super chat. Boomer, you spoke this evil into existence.
I kind of did, didn't I? Right before I said just not Toronto. Isn't that what I was saying?
That's exactly. You said don't even think about it being Toronto.
Word for word.
You said don't even let it into your mind. And it's Toronto.
God damn it.
It's Toronto.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that.
Mr. Public Pain with a chat here. Dog pile on Bomber. Spelled your name with 2 M's.
That's okay. Yeah. I know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like you said, it's blame Pinder. It's definitely Pinder's fault some way.
It's always
somehow.
Pinder's fault.
How's Rhett doing?
Quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah, quiet.
Yeah. He's not feeling so good. Who's that?
Is there a
Jeez.
chance there's going to be a redraw? Is there, you guys are watching. Is there any controversy? Do they have to do it over again?
Someone was offside, so they have to redo it.
Yeah, no, there
Yeah,
were
we need to.
there were 3 balls that it could have been that would have made it a redraw, but instead it's not. It's,
I'll tell you a tough moment. It was
Let's
tough
hear it.
enough watching the Leafs win it, but then in that second drawing, when they'd taken 4 balls and the third one eliminated the Flames. Like,
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, this was a kick in the pants. This one. This is a real
Yeah.
kick in the pants.
Yeah, I don't like draft lotteries. They just don't go the Flames' way. They never have.
No.
But they're gonna have to build this team a different way, I guess.
Well, we'll see you here next year, 2027. It's going to be a big one, unless Pike's right and they make the playoffs and then, win it all.
Yeah. Thanks, Dean.
Yeah. That's it.
Do you mind
all there is.
spelling? Do you mind spelling the word commiserate for me? I think that's all we got to do right now.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it.
See you, buddies.
Bye.
See you, bud.
It's Dean Molberg. There are no K's in commiserate. It's fine. He's down in the dumps. And so am I. The Calgary Flames lose the draft lottery, 9.5% at both first and second. Only a 20%. Like, here's the crazy thing, Pike. The odds of them falling to 6 were as good approximately as their odds of winning 1 or 2. About 20% for both.
Yep.
And in the end, 20%, one of those 2 hits, and it's the bad one.
The second most probable scenario is what unfolded.
Sure, but like second by a long shot.
If it makes you feel any better, this exact same thing happened to Philadelphia last year when they were 4th from the bottom,
And they
then
Porter
dropped
Martone.
to 6th.
And they picked Porter Martone, who
That's
pretty good player.
pretty good. You know, Porter Martone's a pretty good hockey player.
Sure.
When he played Michigan State,
Yeah.
scoring some goals this year.
Yeah, oh, sure.
The Flames have a player going to Michigan State next year.
They do. They have Cullen Potter going to Michigan State,
Ooh.
playing with a number of good players. It's something, all right. Let's look back at the history of guys who have been picked at 6. Of course, Porter Martone in 2025. Do you remember the year before that, Pike? Do you remember who was picked at 6? I do. Tej Aginla, picked at 6 by the Utah Mammoth.
Why do you got to say it like that?
Well, I mean, you might have heard of the guy who is still his father.
Jade's brother?
Jade's brother.
Jade's brother. Okay.
Joe's brother.
Joe's brother.
Joe's
Jade's
brother. Kara's son.
Jerome's kids.
Hey!
Yeah, I know him. I've seen him around.
Unfortunately, the previous few 6th overall picks were a little bit of a hit and miss. There was a run there of 5 straight defensemen picked at 6. And again, a bit of a mixed bag. Simashev in 23, David Jiricek, who's already been traded twice in 22, Simon Edvinsson to Detroit in 21. He looks okay. Jamie Drysdale, who is Moritz Seider, who's pretty darn good. And then, Philip Zadina, Cody Glass, Matthew Tkachuk, pretty good. Pavel Zacha, Jake Virtanen, Sean Monahan, pretty good. But it's a real mixed bag at 6.
Ooh. And hot off do we have presses?
Sure.
The internet presses at dailyfaceoff.com. Go there right now.
Yeah.
If you're watching this live or listening to the pod, go to dailyfaceoff.com because our esteemed colleague, the great Stephen Ellis, in a rink doing work. Actually, he's probably doing double work because he's doing a lot of work at all the times. This is his busy time. The mock draft is out, and he has the Flames at 6th overall, selecting from the Prince George Cougars lefty defenseman Carson Karls. Further down, what pick does he have the Vegas pick being? At 28th overall,
Maddox Dejanay.
Maddox Dejanay from the Quebec Remparts.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm honestly wondering if well, here's the thing: is the Sharks already have Sam Dickinson, who is a lefty, and so I do think they need a right shot D. I wonder if they maybe take Chase Reed or if they take who's the other righty? I'm blanking right now. There's another righty at the top of this draft.
Albert Schmitz?
No,
Is
he's
he
a lefty.
righty?
He's a lefty as well. There's another one. Verhoff, of course. But I don't know. It's really tough for the Flames to fall outside the top 5, to fall from 4 to 6 even. It's very difficult. And so We'll see. I mean, it does feel like Malhotra's the guy for the Canucks now. That at 3 feels as much of a lock as anything. I don't know. It's not great. We do have a couple more super chats. Steven, not Steven, Jesus. Jack, I've forgotten everybody's name. Let's put them up on the screen. RG, this from before the draw. $6.99. We need McKenna or Stenberg to turn things. We don't need D, and I'm not sold on Malhotra. RG, I got tough news, buddy. Let's see a couple more. RG again, the Flames choked in the season, would have finished 32nd for Evermid. I really don't think they would have finished 32nd. And even if they did, they would have finished third. They would have picked third. So, I mean, that's the whole nature of the lottery. It does not matter how bad you are. It matters how lucky you are.
I will paraphrase what Flames general manager Craig Conroy said to us on exit interview day. They like the top 6 of this year's draft. They feel like they'll get someone good in the top 6, regardless of where they were. I'm sure they would love to have been higher than 6th, but the nice thing is if they feel like they have a list of 6 guys they'd be happy with, at least one of them will be left over and their decision will be very easy. Maybe something weird happens and 2 of them. Remember the year they got Tkachuk? I don't think anyone saw Matthew Tkachuk being still available.
No.
So weird stuff happens at the draft, especially, when who the hell knows, like Vancouver doesn't have a GM. Toronto has a GM who was running a bunch of Wendy's before. Weird stuff happens.
John Shaka. Yeah. I mean, again, the 2 teams that won the draft lottery today were both better than the Flames this year. They were both better. They both had worse odds, and they both won. That's just how it goes. I have my own sim league that I'm a part of. I had the number. I finished dead last this year. I tanked for McKenna, and wouldn't you know it, I have the 3rd overall pick. It's just the way that it goes. We had separate drawings. We did it a week ago. If you draw this, there's a reason why people go on Tankathon and they have to do 4 spins before the Calgary Flames win the draft lottery. It's just how it works. And there's no way to guarantee it because of the stupid draft lottery system, which rewards mediocre teams over bad ones.
It's true.
It's exactly how it's like the Toronto Maple Leafs this year and the San Jose Sharks. The San Jose Sharks were in the playoff conversation for the first 3 months of the season. And they end up finishing what? They end up finishing 24th. And they're picking second again after they picked what? What did they pick last year? They picked second last year. They picked first the year before that, and they picked 4th the year before that. So what are the Flames really supposed to do? What are the Flames and their fans supposed to do when the teams that win the lottery every year, not only are they the same teams that win the lottery every year, it's the Sharks, it's the Rangers, it's the Blackhawks, it's the Leafs, it's all these teams, none of these teams that win the lottery, it's their first time. Who wins it last year? It's the New York Islanders. Oh, they picked John Tavares, in 2009. I remember that. It's just the way that it goes, right?
I mean, how did they beat Jake Ottinger in 2022? The dark arts.
Exactly.
So realistically, what needs to happen is just more for voodoo and ritual sacrifices. Yeah. I guess I don't know what my point is, but I guess I stumbled upon ritual sacrifices.
It is the pitfalls of betting and going to put money on lotteries. Ultimately, that's what it is. So here we are.
And this comment about draft, we're
a
sponsor right now?
No, we're not doing a sponsor.
Okay, that's. I thought you were doing like a really clever read. I wanted to see where you were going with this.
That would be horrible. Let's do some more super chats because Lord knows we're going to get more of them. Jack, put them up. Big Bears. So we're doing all the ones from before. We didn't do any super chats from before the polling. 279. First would be nice, but I still have confidence. Okay. I get it. The Flames will get somebody good at 6 regardless.
They're going to get their best draft pick in a decade.
I mean, yeah. Hey, the Flames were a good team built off of 6th overall picks. And Tom C saying, vent boys, for God's sake. Where's the In the Dome boys? I would love to see their reaction. I feel like I'm venting plenty. I'm upset, but not at the Flames. I'm not upset at the Flames. I'm not upset at, I'm just the stupid system that continually rewards mediocrity over the actual worst teams. Like if the Canucks had won the lottery, it's like, okay, that was what we expected.
Did you think the Flames were the actual worst team?
I thought they were pretty bad.
They had a goalie who was fighting it for half the year,
yeah,
and a defensive system that looked They didn't really figure it out till midway through the season. Like
Better than the
they had an
Sharks.
all-time bad in franchise history October, and second time in 3 years they basically tanked themselves in October, and then they played pretty well the rest of the way.
Better than the Sharks. Here's what I will say, is that Gavin McKenna going to Toronto is funny in a certain way, because if there is a team that can mishandle Gavin McKenna to the point where he asks out of a certain city or wants a different change, it's Toronto. Like, Gavin McKenna goes there. They got Austin Matthews for 2 more years. And things have been going so poorly. They were a terrible, terrible team this year. And if things do fall apart with Matthews, and you've got Gavin McKenna and a whole bunch of question marks, because the Leafs are in a really bad spot. Again, the Leafs have the first overall pick this year, and they don't have a first again until 2029. When was the last time we saw a team in this spot where they have pick 1 and then nothing immediately thereafter? This is, I mean, it's the nature of the way that things have gone in Toronto, where Brad Treliving, threw away all their future picks. They have this pick, and that's it, Pike. Do you ever remember anything like this?
No. But then again, I also don't really think about the Leafs very much.
Well, but yeah, it's not just a Leafs
They're
thing.
not my division. They're not my conference.
But it's not just a Leafs thing. Like, they are picking 1, and then next year and the year after that, they have 0 firsts. They've traded them away unprotected.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas has done that too, but Vegas has had parades.
Well, yeah, but Vegas, and that's the thing, is that Vegas, they had a lot of picks. They had a lot of picks at the start of their run. They were able to make a lot of trades that got them an amassing of assets for the future.
I like the term amassment. That's a good term.
Thank you. They amassed assets for the future, and then they were able to trade out of them, out of that pile. The Leafs don't have anything beyond this first overall pick.
I was looking at the list. Puckpedia is in the process of updating it, so tell me if I get any of these wrong. So Toronto's at 1, 2 is San Jose.
It's right on our screen.
It's right on our screen. Oh, good.
Yeah.
See, this is what I pay attention to what Jack's doing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack. Van at 3, Chicago 4, Rangers 5, Winnipeg 8. The Florida actually is a first rounder this year. They're 9. It's actually theirs too. Good for them. St. Louis has 11 and 15, which is kind of fun. Maybe they try to move up. You can package those and try to get somebody. I'll say this. So over at The Athletic, Scott Wheeler had the Flames as the 3rd best prospect pool. And I think his consensus was largely what we've been saying for a while, where the Flames have a lot of pretty good and really good prospects, but no one who I'd say call elite necessarily, especially Zane Parekh has graduated to the NHL. He was pretty damn good in the last 2 months of the year, but we'll see. Wolf, I think, was their most game-breaking prospect, and now he's an NHLer. He's starting that fancy new contract next season. So I think the Flames are still in a very similar spot pre-draft, in the sense that, man, oh man, they have depth everywhere. If you look on the wings, they have some decent wing prospects. They're, those guys are a little bit older. They have oodles of centers. They have right shot defensemen, so many that they could probably play 3 pairs of pretty decent right shot defensemen. They got, Sergeyev, who's okay, and the Kirill Zarubin, who might wander over here at some point. But do they have anyone that'll steal a game for you?
I don't know if Carson Karls will be there at 6. Like, that's my worry, because he's the guy I want the most. He's the guy who I feel like is the best fit for the Flames and has the best chance of
He
being.
feels like a Flame, doesn't he?
I don't know if he'll be there. I just really don't.
Well, then there'll be one of the other guys.
I get it, but I don't like them as much. I mean, I will say I have been wary of Caleb Malhotra for a lot of this draft season, and I think he's going to be gone at 3.
He had a really good playoff.
Great playoff.
He had I would argue sort of a higher end version of sort of the season that Cole Rezny had last year, but
Sure.
Rezny was pretty good in the first half of last year. No, everyone's like, yeah, he'll be a first rounder, but very few people were banging on the table going like, holy crap, you better get this kid.
Sure.
When I saw Malhotra at the top prospects game, it's fine. Like, it's some guys just don't show well in that kind of situation. Like, it's a one-off. You're playing with guys you've never played before against guys you've never played against before. It's a weird situation. He was better in the second game than he was in the first game. And I thought his, everything I'm hearing out of Ontario was that his March and April and going into May now, I mean, he's done now, but his March and April were very good. And that was sort of what we heard about Rajni last year, where his second half, something clicked and he just went on a tear. And, Malhotra, he's got he got the family connections. He knows what pro hockey is all about. So the adjustments probably won't be terrifying to him. And he plays a pretty mature game for a kid his age, but I don't know. He's I agree with you. He's the prototypical kid that someone will go like, he feels like my thing is, does he feel like at the Beckett Seneca pick where everyone's being like, I had him 20th on my list, and then he turns out to be like the third or fourth best guy in the draft.
Maybe.
And Anaheim just looks really smart. Or is it we fell in love with the size and the name and the last 2 months of the season?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it a Mason McTavish type thing? I mean, no disrespect to Mason McTavish, but I don't think the Ducks would take him at 3 again. I don't know. It's to me, I've been wary of the centers in this draft. I've said that I think any center you take is maybe going to get overdrafted.
I mean, they got a bunch of centers last year, though.
They did.
You don't necessarily they're in a position. I'd say, friends, if you want to have what you're calling confidence, and well played with that name, good wordplay. If you want to have your confidence, I'll say this: I don't know if there's any giant holes in the system. Like there's, he's like I mentioned to Steven, like they have a bunch of defensemen. Like he inherited a system that's in pretty decent shape, and I think he's been very strategic with working with his group and going, okay, what are our glaring needs? And there are no glaring needs anymore. I think they have good enough depth up and down, and you're not really putting all your eggs in one basket. It's not like a situation where you're like, oh man, if Sven Baertschi doesn't pop, you're screwed because you have nothing else in your system. They have enough guys. Like they have a few right shot guys on the wings, like, Ethan Wittenbach turning into what he is potentially gives you a third first round level prospect from the 25 class. They have a few guys like that in the system. I think Trevor Hoskin is still really underrated, and he might be a sneaky good guy coming out of the 24 draft. So my point is, you don't need to necessarily keep, do any hand wringing about, oh man, the Flames need to get a center because they have no centers. They got like 4 centers in last year's draft, and 2 of them might play next year. They're going to be fine. Hell, all of them are going to have them under a contract already. They have enough guys that can play on the wing. Like if you think, oh, you have too many centers, maybe Cullen Potter, because he's small, he ends up in the wing. My point is they have enough depth. So I just think if you think that the last 3 drafts they've done have been very, very solid, then this is simply 11 more kicks of the can, or slightly fewer if they use those 17,000 fourth rounders to move up, to just continue what they're doing. And maybe they get lucky and someone above their slot falls to them at 6, like it did 10 years ago. But we'll see. Yeah,
I feel like I have a decent idea of how the top 3 is going to unfold, and those teams at 4 and 5 are really, really interesting to me. Like I was saying, I think it's a given that Caleb Malhotra is gone, and quite frankly, I'm not that cut up about it. I don't really know how much I would have wanted him to be the guy for the Flames, and of course, that can go either way. I mean, I remember a lot of Flames fans being very happy when Leon Draisaitl went ahead of Sam Bennett, and just the way of the draft,
because he couldn't do pull-ups.
Exactly. But yeah, go check out Steven's mock draft over at Daily Faceoff. He's got McKenna to Toronto at 1, Stenberg to San Jose at 2, Malhotra to the Canucks.
Stenberg to San Jose. He feels like a Shark, doesn't he?
I mean,
he kind of fits.
Yeah, we'll see. Malhotra to Vancouver at 3, and then that starts the run of D. Reed to Chicago at 4, Verhoff to the Rangers at 5, and then Carls to the Flames at 6. And again, I just don't know if I buy Keaton Verhoff going ahead of Carson Carls at this point, just with Verhoff's struggles down the stretch at Nodak. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Flames might miss out on a player who I really wanted.
It could be body of work though, too. I mean, Verhoff was very good in Victoria the year before, and the level of competition in the NCAA is very good. You have less game reps, so it's I think it's tough. It's imagine if you're used to playing 3 or 4 days a week and you're playing like twice, getting in rhythm can be tough. So I don't know. I know talking to some people in hockey, a lot of people, some people, I would think the challenge is because of the adjustments that Verhoff had to make. I don't know if there's a lot of people that absolutely rave about his game the way I think there's a contingent of scouts, the scouting community, that really love Carson Karls because he knows exactly what he is. And granted, he didn't have to adjust to a new league. He's been in that league for a couple of years, so he's just doing his thing. But he's very good at the things that he's good at. He's, the things that he's not great at, he just doesn't do as much. And he knows what his lane is. He's got seemingly very good awareness of what his lane is, and he's very good at it. So I don't know. I'm very curious.
Well, me too, Pike. There will be lots of time to delve into the ramifications of this. We will be bringing back the back burner official announcement for a couple episodes here in the month of May and in June. I would expect at least 3 or 4 of them between now and the 2026 NHL Draft, with a variety of different guests coming along on the ride with us. There will be lots of time for lots of different mock drafts and what have you, making up exactly which players will go where, seeing if maybe the Flames will be able to move up in the draft, maybe move down in the draft. I mean, now that some of these teams have moved around in different places, maybe they'll be more receptive to the idea of going in different spots. We do have more super chats to get through. A lot of super chats still to get through. Thanks to Monty Rye with $6.99 to the YCC. RG again with $2.79 saying third would have been fine. 30-second guarantees top 3. I mean, sure, but you're still missing out on McKenna. Like, you're missing out on McKenna and Ivar Stenberg and whoever else is the consensus top guy. You're missing out on having, the real cream of the crop being at third. It's the point is that the odds are too favorable to teams that just aren't as bad. I think there's
you like the old system.
I preferred it when there was only one draw personally. I mean, 3 was horrible. I'm glad that they went away from that. That was just way too.
You want us to go back to 2005 where they do a draw for every single spot?
Definitely not.
I think that's what you're advocating for. We can email Bill Daly and
email him. Yeah. It's what? bill.daly@nhl.com.
Probably something like that.
Yeah. Monty Rye, if the Sharks are looking to draft a D-man, can the Flames package some picks and trade up to second? I mean, maybe. Wouldn't that be something? We'll see how it all shakes out here in the next few weeks. I mean, the Sharks, they do have an embarrassment of riches. They do. And I mean, do you keep adding to that? Or do you try to add value in different ways? I don't know. I mean, the Sharks do need a D. And if they feel they can get as good a caliber of D at 6 as opposed to 2, maybe there is a deal to be made there. It does make a little bit of sense right off the hop.
I think there might be some appetite for movement in the top 6. I think with the perception that there's the drop off after 6, moving down further there or moving up from there be pricey.
Yeah, we shall see. Shrimp on the Barbie with $2 Australian dues. Jack didn't bring the draft energy, did I?
I guess not, buddy. I had a bad feeling this was going to happen.
Me too.
Like, as soon as the whole charade yesterday with the Leafs, like we were saying in a group chat, like this is just going to happen, and it did.
This is what happens when you build a new building. You don't get nice things. we got the nice things we're going to get.
And RG with another one. What are your thoughts on Nikita Klepov, who I believe Stephen Ellis has going? Let's see, where does he have? He has him going 16, which I think is actually a little low from Steven. I think Klepov's going to go a little higher. Led the OHL in scoring this year, playing for Zane Parek's old team in Saginaw. 97 points in 67 games. I think he's got the makings of a top 10 pick. But we'll see. I mean, he's a winger. His D-1 with Sioux City was not amazing. So, remains to be seen. He's not the biggest guy, but I don't know. Klepov is one of the guys who's been on the radar sort of as being a particularly good value swing after that drop off at 6.
Yeah. And I was curious, so I checked the list. So in the Athletics recent prospect pool rankings, Chicago, who picks 4th, is number 1. The Sharks, who pick 2, is number 2. Flames, who pick 6, are number 3.
Yeah.
Toronto, they had at 29th.
Yeah.
Vancouver, they had ranked where are they? 15. The Rangers, who round out the top 5, they were ranked somewhere in the middle, 18. So in the case of teams that, I mean, the Sharks have been kind of bad for a little while. Like I don't know when we say they started the rebuild. Chicago seemingly has been bad for a while. They keep playing that song. Eventually they'll move up the standings, right?
Yeah.
So the Flames are arguably the new kids on the block in terms of being near the bottom, but they also have done a lot of drafting, a lot of picking, a lot of acquiring reasonably good young collegiates in the drafts or in these various trades, the youthening process. So
the youthening process.
The youthening.
All right.
It's not a rebuild or rebuild. It's a youthening.
That's smart. I like that.
Just, anyone over 30, eventually Craig will just walk into the room, throw you in a burlap sack and send you to Utah. And then you get a bunch of draft picks.
Well, here's the thing is that you probably have a pretty good idea that McKenna's going at 1. And
what if he doesn't though?
That's the thing is that once that
what
happens,
if someone goes nuts and like, you know what? Caleb Malhotra is from Ontario. Let's take the kid from Ontario.
Wouldn't be the first time a John Shaka team took a center over a less desirable position, quote unquote.
People get galaxy brain in the draft, man.
I remember when John Shaka took Barrett Hayton over Quinn Hughes. That was really interesting. Although, hey, Barrett Hayton's still with his original team, and Quinn Hughes isn't.
Technically, he's not.
Well, I guess whatever. But
it's a different franchise.
Different franchise. That's right. But still, yeah. I mean, I who's calling me? Jeez, Louise. Yeah, no.
Bill Daly.
No.
He heard your suggestion.
Bill Daly didn't like what I had to say about McKenna not going 1. Yeah, no, it is a crazy outcome, but I do think with McKenna all but guaranteed to go at 1, if there is a deal to be made with a team like San Jose, I would imagine that wouldn't necessarily be constrained by who goes at 1 because you kind of already know.
Would it be constrained by the division?
Maybe
the fever pitch rivalry between the Calgary Flames and the Sharks of San Jose.
They moved up from 24. Like they had the 9th overall pick, and they move up to 2nd.
That's right.
Good Lord.
That's how the lottery works.
That's terrible. It's a horrible, horrible system that I don't
in
like.
the words of Kent Brockman, a gripping tale of conformity run amok.
I liked when you said earlier in the show that the Flames were glad to get Cole Reshny at 16. Just remind
it was 18, but yeah,
at 18. That's right. They originally had 16.
Then Montreal got 16, and they got New Jersey's pick.
Just reminded me of Lionel Hutz, aka Miguel Sanchez, aka Newen Van Fuck, was paid 8 hours for 32 hours of babysitting. He was glad to get it.
I just enjoy I just enjoy him just emptying his papers in his briefcase into the fireplace. Lionel Hutz no longer exists.
Say hello to Miguel Sanchez. That's right.
I mean, at least let's put this. If we're gonna put a silver lining on this rain cloud of a lottery, at least Edmonton didn't win.
True, and the Canucks didn't win.
That's true. Okay, I feel bad. Okay, there's a lot of very nice people I know. Chris Faber and Olivia McDonald, among others, very nice people, quality human beings working for the Canucks, and it makes me sad a little bit to know that they're sad a little bit.
Sure.
So
sorry, Livy. Yeah.
Do you know her well enough to call her that? I've
called her Livy before.
Did she like it?
I think so. But we'll
move on.
We sat in the press box next to each other. I don't know. Yeah, the Calgary Flames. We got a couple more super chats. Save Ferris B. There are 6. Oh, this is a happy super chat. Check it out. There are 6 great prospects, and Calgary drafts 6. Why is everyone losing their minds? Oh no, we got the consensus number 1 center or a D-man so good he makes Parekh our second best prospect. That is great words coming from the Sausage King of Chicago.
That's right.
Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Save Ferris B. Monty Rye. Viggo Bjork could be the same level as Stenberg. Maybe. I mean, the thing with Stenberg is that he is one of the oldest players in the draft. A September 2006 birthday. September 2007 birthday. Had a great year in the Swedish league. By the same token, I mean, he is 9-10 months older than Viggo Bjork. So you do have to take that in consideration. I'm curious to see how that plays out. Ascending Horizons say, do we do left D or Lawrence? I don't know. I mean,
see who's left.
That's the whole thing.
You draft the list.
I mean, that's the thing. That is maybe the benefit for the Flames. They don't have to make that hard choice.
Just be made for them.
Choice is being made for them. And Ascending Horizons again saying Leafs winning draft since recent, but haven't won since 1967. LOL. One with ONE.
Wordplay. I like it. I like it.
There we go. They're winning draft since recent. I agree. Thank you, Ascending Horizons. Oh, Pike.
Ooh, according to Brandon Batchelor of Sportsnet 650.
That's right.
In palatial Vancouver.
Palatial.
Quote, Jim Rutherford says he'll be stepping away from the day-to-day operations of the Canucks, but will remain on as an advisor and alternate governor effective after the draft and the transition to the new general manager.
Wow.
So that's interesting. I mean, I think we all kind of figured
Not
with how
surprised.
much of a gong show that year was, that was probably going to happen, but it's nice that they have clarity, question mark.
What a, I hate to say it so soon, but just what a disastrous tenure.
Imagine, I know for the perception in market for this beautiful hockey club is that, you know, it's been since 89, like Charlie Brown with the football, where even the years that were good were like paint, you know, get the ball yanked away from you. They got McCard in 2019. They got McDavid in 2022. It was in 2004, et cetera, et cetera. Can you imagine being a Canucks fan?
Jim Rutherford takes over that team in 2021, and they have Bo Horvat, they have Quinn Hughes.
They had just lost Markstrom, right?
They had just lost Markstrom, but they had Thatcher Demko. They had JT Miller. They had
at that point Thatcher Demko still had his arms and legs working.
Elias Pettersson was viewed as being a very, very good, player at that point in his career.
They showed the makings of a hockey club that you'd see on the schedule and go, oh no, could go poorly for us.
They had just made the crippling Oliver Ekman-Larsson mistake, but you can absorb maybe making that mistake. Maybe not, but still, they were, they had made that mistake. It's water under the bridge, and what a terrible, terrible run over the last 5 years for the Vancouver Canucks. And it sort of caps off today with them going down from 1 to 3, which, a horrendous turn of events if you're a Canucks fan, and a much worse turn of events than what happened to the Calgary Flames, I would say.
They had a disastrous year, which is a punctuation on, you can make a case for a disastrous couple of years, a team that on paper looked like they were starting to build something really fun and really scary if you were their opposition. And then it just sort of just turned to dust so quickly. I don't know. I feel bad for some of the fans there because there's such a passionate market. They love their team. They have one of the most beautiful jerseys in the world, and also the blue thing they wear most of the time. Like they're a group that, for better or for worse, passionately cares about their hockey club, and they haven't been having a good time.
No,
and they don't even have what the kids are calling confidence to lean on.
They don't have a GM
to stem they have insert name here, add a Y or an S. Edens.
Their GM has been fired and their president just quit.
They have empty chair. Edens.
Like the Canucks are in the spot right now that the Flames were in 2023 if Don Maloney had also quit. Like, really? Like, what is there to say? It's a really tough spot. And I went to school in Ottawa the same year. I started the same year that the Senators traded Erik Karlsson. I went out there, I got started, and they said they traded Karlsson 2 weeks later. And it feels for the Canucks kind of like it felt for the Sens at that point, where it was just, holy smokes. Ownership was a big thing. They had just sort of moved their star defenseman. Arena was a bit of a hurdle in certain respects. I mean, the Canucks, feels like every time I hear a quote about that team, it's that they don't have a practice facility.
Hey, any day now, I'm told they might have might
have a tentative handshake agreement in place. So yeah, I mean, we're not happy with this outcome, but going from 4 to 6, you might be getting the same player that you would have taken all along. It's entirely possible. Going from 1 to 3, no.
Yeah. The difference between 4 and 6 in, like, you weren't going to get one of the top 2 guys, and then you're in sort of that secondary ledge of a group of 4. you'll be fine. You'll get someone probably as good. And as is mentioned in the super chats, the decision is basically made for you. If you believe that the top 6 guys are going to go in some order, the top 6, you're holding 6, you're getting whatever guy is left. Great. You don't need to overthink it. You just go, oh, cool. Carl's is left at 6. Great. Oh, someone else is there at 6. Whatever. Super. Like, you'll be happy to get whoever lands to you, and you don't really need to, think yourself into a knot figuring it out. And then they could probably use all their energy on using those 4 second rounders to do something wacky.
The Flames just didn't get number 10 when they needed it most.
Yeah.
Story.
The problem is they didn't bring up Sergeyev early enough.
Story
if they
of the
brought
last
Sergeyev
4 years.
earlier, they would have won one more game, and it would have been like, oh, slightly better odds.
They needed
Slightly worse. They needed slightly worse odds.
They needed the Huberdeau ball. They needed the Huberdeau ball. Seriously?
If Huberdeau had put off his hip surgery for one more game and had another great game,
oh boy,
then they would have won one more game.
They needed the Huberdeau ball. And of course, it didn't show
This might
up.
be the only time in franchise history, or the first time in a while, that people see 12 and get mad.
Yeah,
Usually you
no
see
kidding.
12 and you're like, oh, okay, that's fun.
Yeah. We got another super chat. It's from Derek Carpentier. Let's get the Ruck twins. We already have Basha. Make it happen, Connie. What do you think? Sure. You'll probably make it happen. This is from Ascending Horizons as well. $2. Do we need the Ruck twins? They got the picks. They got the Vegas pick.
They got the Vegas pick and then 4 seconds.
I will
You
say,
can move up.
I think I mentioned earlier, in a fantasy draw, in a sort of maybe like in the fan or the public sphere, everybody loves the Rucks. I wouldn't be surprised if they go a little lower.
They don't love the Rucks. Scouts like the Rucks. They like them a lot. They don't love the Rucks.
But that's
if they love them, they would have been top. They would in the first round all year.
But I think
They really like the
I think in the
Rucks.
private, in the NHL sphere, I wouldn't be surprised if they go a little lower than people think.
They were okay in the Prince Albert series.
I think they might
They were
go
really good against the Hitmen. They were okay against Prince Albert.
Like, I've seen people who are starting to sort of have the Rucks in the teens. I think that's a little rich at this point. Not that I don't think that they're going to be very, very good. I think that they're going to be worth the picks wherever they get taken. I just think I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe.
I just updated my aggregate list. Liam is at 24.
Yeah.
Marcus is at 29. That feels about right to me. Liam should go mid-20s, and as soon as he goes, the team after that will call up the team that picked him and go, oh, be a shame if someone took the other twin. Will you give me to move up? And then that'll happen 2 or 3. I don't think they go consecutively, but I think they go pretty quickly.
Remember when Gavin McKenna got in that fight? Unacceptable.
Which one?
Unacceptable.
The one where he was out in the bar? Or on the street?
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. The NHL needs to step in and say he cannot be drafted in the top 5. That's his punishment.
Much like how Ottawa has to be 32nd.
That's right.
There's a precedent then.
They apply a punishment to the player that says, Gavin, you can't be picked this high, and whatever team drafts you after that doesn't have to pay you performance bonuses, the Schedule A bonuses. They get a little cap relief too. Even better.
Why would you take money out of his pocket? He's got a family to feed.
Mm-hmm.
You're just heartless, man.
They're just
This is what working in sales has done to you. It's taking your heart out of you.
Oh, he's got to be held accountable.
I guess.
He's got to be held accountable.
I guess. What for late first? What do you think of Alexander Command? If they don't go Rucks,
I will say
Command could be good.
Steven mentioned somebody when he was on before the lottery draw, who I had another guy talk to me about earlier this season, like way before he was starting to really heat up and move up in the ranks. And that's Malte Gustafsson. Another left shot D who played 27 games with HV71 in Sweden this year, is young for the draft, June 11th, 08, won't turn 18 until right before the draft.
Played half the year as teammates with Jacob Leander on the U20 team. That was just awful. They were not good. He was -18 on a bad junior team, and then he was -8 on a decent-ish SHL team. They weren't great. They were in the relegation.
He played relegation in both junior and
yeah.
senior.
I was going to mention him. I'm like, it wasn't a great year. I mean, Sugargarden didn't have a great year, but at least they stayed out of the relegation playoffs.
I will say, and I just had a buddy text me this as well. McKenna going to Toronto. McKenna is a flawed prospect. He's a prospect who I would love to be a Calgary Flame. Absolutely no question about it. But I will say, if he is even slightly less than advertised, that market is going to just go nuts. Like,
I mean, the Toronto hockey fans aren't known to overreact with anything.
well, it's just like, it's like, here's the thing. Toronto Maple Leafs, right? Austin Matthews this year scores what? 35 goals? Okay, 27 goals in 60 games, 53 points in 60 games, and people are all over him saying that he's washed up. They need to figure something out. Or just earlier this morning, there was reporting from Chris Johnston saying that the Leafs and Matthews weren't even sure if he was going to play for them next season, even though he's got 2 years left on his deal. Mitch Marner, they get him at 4, and he gave them point per game season after point per game season. And by the time that he was done in Toronto, they could not wait to be done with him. Do you disagree? By the time that Mitch Marner was finished in Toronto, there was a large subsection of that fan base that could not wait to see the back of him.
I think the fan base had a unique relationship with the player to the point where, you know, his family is being harassed.
Yeah. Yeah. So
mistakes were made, I think, on many fronts with Mitch Marner.
Yeah. They hire a GM yesterday. John Shaka. They hired their GM, and there was ridicule to the extent that we seldom ever see in the NHL for any executive hiring. And I don't even think it's ill-reasoned ridicule. I think it is quite valid, honestly. I think that the fact that, I mean, folks might know, I know a fair few people in Arizona who cannot believe that John Shaka is back in the NHL as a GM. But still, if he was hired in Nashville, or if he was hired in Buffalo, or if he was hired in Carolina.
Kevin Adams was, when he got hired, wasn't he running the Buffalo Sabres facility?
He was running their business side.
Yeah, he was running.
It was the same with Don Waddell in Carolina. Yeah. The Hurricanes had Don Waddell running their sort of the business side of their overarching corporation, and then they fired Francis, and they were like, "Do you want to do this? Do you want to be our GM?" And it was the quietest transition you've ever heard. Nobody cared. And he had, because his last job had been the Atlanta Thrashers. He was their GM when they relocated. So it's like,
I think you tweeted something along the lines of the Flames might be like the least chaotic Canadian team right now.
They are the least, they are the save for the Montreal Canadiens. The Flames are the least circusy Canadian team right now.
I mean, okay, they have a clear direction. They've obviously leaned into the youthening process they're going. You can make a case that the direction was already chosen. They just accelerated with the moves this year.
So
they had a GM who had spent close to a decade in hockey ops by the time they promoted him.
Yeah.
They have for whatever people think of Don Maloney, great hockey. Like, he's been in the league for a while. And if the idea is you need just a steady hand to sort of bounce ideas off of, Don Waddell's precisely the type of, Don Maloney is precisely the type of guy that you'd be like, okay, you know, he doesn't need to be in the day-to-day, but I can call him up and ask him about anything, or poke my head in his office and be like, hey, so-and-so's offer us this kind of trade return. What do you think?
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, this is, and you know, they have the captain is probably going to get Selke votes again at the age of 37. He's not going to win, but he's probably going to sneak on some ballots again. I mean, compared to the Flames, 2 years ago, with like the main character, you know, with the 7 pending UFAs, every time you turn on any sports channel, it was, here's what's happening with the Flames, and Nikita Zadorov's agent said this, and so-and-so said that, and trade rumor that, and the arena's not done yet. No. And then, you know, then just things are just happening here. Yeah. The building's coming along quietly. The building's almost, you know, it's getting there. A year left till the building opens. They've got a slew of picks, slew of prospects. They got a bunch of guys who are going to enter the system this year. You know, Andrew Basha just led the Medicine Hat Tigers in scoring in the playoffs. They all, you know, I mean, they hit a wall when they faced the Prince Albert Raiders, but I can give you a list of teams. It's a pretty long list. They would hit a wall when they face the Prince Albert Raiders. So that is to say, I think things are going to be okay. My point is that, though, if there is any market where Gavin McKenna could fall out of favor, very quickly, it is Toronto.
And I am really, really curious to see how that goes, especially with the circumstances. I mean, the thing is, Austin Matthews came to Toronto and maybe in the most favorable circumstances in Toronto in a long time, where they hadn't had a legit star player. They were sort of in Calgary's territory. They were just desperate for anybody. They hadn't picked, or they hadn't had a legit star probably since Matt Sundin left for Vancouver, and they'd traded for Phil Kessel, but he hadn't really been that guy. And they had just traded him, and they were waiting with open arms for somebody, and they would have just been happy with Austin Matthews if he had been, a 30 goal scorer, and he was a star, like a superstar. And now they're getting to a point where, Matthews is at an inflection point in his career, and Marner is gone, and Nylander is, sort of doing his thing to a certain degree. And their coach, I mean, is maybe on the hot seat, maybe very much on the hot seat, but maybe not going to stick around. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's really the two words that define the next 6 weeks is we'll see.
Yeah, it's like you ever seen Charlie Wilson's War?
No.
You should see it. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
The late great Philip Seymour Hoffman plays the CIA analyst who's drunk half the time. It's the role he was born to play. It was fantastic. You have Tom Hanks as a playing against type as a womanizing congressman. He's fantastic. It's a very good movie based on a true story. But the idea is, you tell at the end of the movie, they free the I think the Afghanistan people, some of whatever the hell it is. My brain doesn't work too good these days. But they're in the balcony having a celebratory drink because the thing they want to do was accomplished. And the idea is I think the phrase was, you told the parable of the Zen master, where anytime something happens, the Zen master just sort of shakes his head and goes, "We'll see." So I mean,
we'll see.
It's not like, say, there's no reset button. This is a continuous process. You get to bring back the same team as last year. The schedule gets reset, the standings get reset, and then you get to make some changes and do it again. So we will see. The games start counting in October, and until then, it's just a lot of noise and a lot of waiting.
Well, we have one last super chat that I think we will leave you all with. This is from our friend Ken Alicia. Hey, Pike, when are you dropping your top 10 prospects? And now, importantly, who is sitting in 5th, 6th, and 7th, considering they may be the players the Flames will take? Hashtag to hell with Leafs. Hashtag time for a Huskabiggle. A Huskabiggle. Wee Biggle was way better, Ken.
Why don't they just biggle?
I don't know.
You can't re-biggle until you've either pre-biggled or biggled.
What is a biggle?
It's what they're redoing.
They're
redoing the previous biggle.
It's a bagel. It's a re-biggle bagel with.
They biggled, and then they're trying to biggle again.
I don't know.
Or if they're going to biggle in the future, do they need to pre-biggle first?
Stay tuned to flamesnation.ca. There will be lots coming up with more top 10 mock drafts and predictions and what have you. There will be plenty. There will be plenty to dive into. We know you want to watch some hockey. The Avalanche and Wild are tied at 1 midway through the first. At the Ball Arena, goals from Martin Necas and Kirill Kaprizov. Our thanks to everybody who's tuned in this afternoon and evening. Our thanks to Dean and Pinder, and we presume Rhett, for wreaking some havoc down at Greta Bar. And we appreciate the support from our good friends over at Prairie Toyota. One more time, if you're looking to dominate off the ice as much as your team does on it, check out the Toyota Tacoma. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Prairie Toyota dealer during Red Tag days from March through May. The Calgary Flames will draft 6th overall, barring any future moves in the 2026 NHL Draft. They lose both today's draft lotteries. The Toronto Maple Leafs and San Jose Sharks will pick 1st and 2nd overall, respectively. Ryan Pike, to my left. My name is Mike Gould. Our producer, Jack, is over yonder, and we're just sitting here wondering where things will go next. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Until then, thank you all for tuning in. This has been a very special edition of Barn Burner.
Sure.